The Burnhams, Week 3. Do you remember the missionaries that we're talking about? Their names are Martin and Gracia Burnham. Do you remember where they were going as missionaries? The Philippines. Before they could start working in the Philippines, though, they had a lot of work to do. What do you think they had to learn before they could go to the Philippines? Yeah, maybe they had to learn a new language or how to build a house or maybe how to help people while they were there. Well, their first step was special training. Martin and Gracia learned about how people in other countries think and live. Part of their training was called jungle camp. They had to go to the woods, build their own house, and cook outside over a fire. For 6 weeks, they slept in a tiny house made out of sticks. One day, Martin was gone for a pilot's test, and Gracia was told it was time to move from the woods back to the main camp. She had to do it all by herself. She struggled and struggled with the load. She lifted all their things onto a raft and rowed them across a pond. Gracia had such a hard time, but finally she was done. Back at training school, she complained to another woman about how hard it was to come back to the main camp by herself. Gracia was surprised to learn that the woman had the same thing happen to her, only it wasn't part of the training, it was in real life. Her husband had a heart attack in the jungle and had to be flown out in an airplane. She had to pack up all their belongings and bring them out of the jungle by herself. She had children to care for, too. Now Gracia understood. God was helping her be prepared. The training was hard, but it helped Gracia and Martin get ready for their work as missionaries. Soon, the Burnhams were ready to go to the Philippines. They would be away from home for a long time. It was hard for them to leave family and friends, but God helped them every step of the way. In order for Martin and Gracia to go to the Philippines, they had to leave their house and their families. They had to learn a new language and learn to eat food we might think is gross. Even though preparing to be a missionary and leaving their home was hard, they chose to do this because they knew that following Jesus is more important than things being easy. Following Jesus is more important than anything else. When you love Jesus more than anything else, you'll want to follow him, even when it's hard. How do you think God used Martin and Gracia to show his love to the Filipino people? Come back next time to find out.